Hi again. So this video I wanted to make about an experience I've had recently on, I believe it was Rosh Hashanah or the night for Rosh Hashanah when, because Jewish holidays like Yom Kippur we just passed we start them the sundown of the day before, so because that's what I guess Judaism considers a full day, one sundown to the next sundown, which makes more sense than Muslims consider a day like sunrise to a sunset. Well, I don't know. Aren't they? I don't know. Like, it feels like. I mean, there is the night between sundown, sunset and sunrise. So that is part of the day. So it's like, yeah. So, anyways, it was the night before Rosh Hashanah, when we were eating. My family went to my aunt's, and she has like a pretty big house and pool that never gets used. She always wants me to use her pool because, like, if I don't use it, no one's using it because, oh no, it's just a money pit. She hates swimming. She hates the water. And the thing about this time on Rosh Hashanah, when everyone was over to like eat, and I mean, and they had an LCR is a game we play, which is kind of like Dreidel, where you roll three die, and there's L's, there's C's, and there's R's, and there's dots marked on them, and fair amount, and so if it's dot, you don't do anything with. You start with the money, and L left to the left, R $1 to the right, C $1 to the center. That's the pit that the winner collects at the end. So it's a gambling game. It's about gambling, which I mean, Dreidel is. They wanted the Egyptians or the Romans, I think, to think they were gambling, to think they were doing stuff with their money because they were trying to disguise their religion because Dreidel has Hebrew letters on it, and I mean actually when you think about it, I don't know if you realize, but a dreidel is shaped like a Merkaba. If you've ever heard of a Merkaba, yeah, that's pretty much a dreidel, physical representation of a Merkaba, and it spins. So a Merkaba was thought by the Hebrew mystics in the old times to be the like chariot of light that they used to explore other dimensions. Oh, so at this eating event, get together, I mean, I didn't participate in the gambling game because I don't like gambling with my money, or I don't really like gambling. I think it's a stupid thing, and but she has a nice piano there, so I just went over and played some piano, and obviously no one was listening because you know. But this time was significant because I met their friend Bob there. Not my dad Bob, but another like Bob is such a common name. I hate common names. Like my mom hates common names, but me, Michael, my brother Jeff, my other brother Greg, sister Jessie, and those are pretty common. Yeah, so like at least 2 or 3 syllables like Hafez, Padme, Karma. Those are names, believe it or not. I mean, Padme, wasn't she a character from Star Wars? Or so those are names. And actually, Padme from Star Wars, the name is Indian name that actually means like lotus flower. That's why they call it Padmasana. This is Padmasana, the yoga pose that the Buddha did, I think. It's a very advanced pose. It's, crossing your center twice, one foot, one leg, and the other leg. Most people can't do front lotus. They can only do half lotus, but so I was getting back to the when I was talking to Bob at the Rosh Hashanah feast. So Bob isn't related to our family, isn't blood related. He's friends with the people that own the house, my aunt and uncle. So I was talking to him. He was really interesting, or not as interesting as me, because I'm surprised I haven't gotten the award most interesting man in the world yet. But I guess that's mostly reserved for famous people because they're just well known. Like there could be someone like they have notoriety. Like there could be someone a lot more interesting, but they're just not as well known. They're poor, or they live out in the sticks or middle of nowhere. So Bob was talking to me about Aleister Crowley for one thing. Because he found out I was an occultist, not a cult, occult, OCCULT. There's a difference between occult and cult. I mean, I guess there are cults within the occult, but I think if you like it, if you're doing it by your own free will, if it's your choice, then maybe it isn't as culty but I mean, if it is, like, if they are forcing you to do things beyond your own free will, or, like, pulling the wool over your eyes, or keeping you from realizing, like, your greater potential or something, like, that's a cult. Like, I've heard that, eating 3 meals a day is a cult. Like, the American eating system of, which breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's like, you eat when you're hungry, or when you feel like it, so, I mean. And if you want to eat these foods that people normally eat for breakfast at night, or in the afternoon, or at midnight, or during the wee hours, like 4 a.m. or 2 a.m., then go for it. If you want to eat like a, quinoa that people would normally eat for dinner, or, seaweed, or, things people would normally eat for dinner. If you want to eat that during, like, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 1 p.m., or 8 a.m. or p.m., or 9 a.m. or 9 p.m., or whenever, like, go for it. So, you got the point. So Bob, I was talking to him about Aleister Crowley, because I was kind of mad at him, because he was really surprised that I knew how Aleister Crowley was, because, Aleister Crowley was a very, very notable, very noteworthy guy. So, and you should definitely check out, just like Wilhelm Reich, they're just as noteworthy, and, the powers that be, or the powers that shouldn't be, people at the top that are controlling our reality, they don't want you to know about, like, Aleister Crowley, because, he was a serious occultist. He did so much to his life, so, like, that's why every chance they try to turn you off to him, because, like, they nicknamed him the most wicked man in the world, wickedest man in the world, which, those are just labels, and, like, all the documentaries about him are called, like, Satanist. They call him a Satanist. And, the thing about Satan is, like, in the story of Adam and Eve in the garden, like, wasn't it the snake that talked to Eve and got her to do bad stuff, like scrying. She looked at her reflection in the apple. In the apple, she saw her reflection, and she could tell the future by looking in the apple. By her reflection, scrying. But I think the the Oriental story of the Garden of Eden is the opposite. The snake was a good one because the snake gets the humans out of captivity. So I was talking to Bob, and I mean, he doesn't really know what Aleister Crowley is. He just he's read biographies, not autobiographies, biographies. He just talked about reading things other people have written about Aleister Crowley. And I think, well, unless you read something by him, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the full story. Like, you probably get, like, other people have a bias. They have a bias, or they're, I mean, obviously the person themselves has bias, but I don't know. There's just a lot to them. There's so much. It's really hard to tell. And they also told him about, I'm not sure how true it is, but I've heard that Jews have been the most persecuted throughout history because they're the species with the most magic. And we also talked about, well, he asked me whether I believe in aliens, and I mean, of course, just don't know what form they take. Like, maybe They Live is a really good movie. Like, we talked about that. He asked me if I watched They Live, and yeah, I know about They Live. Where put on the sunglasses, and then you can see the monsters controlling our reality. Or so I don't know if they're already here. Maybe we humans, human beings, Homo sapiens sapiens, are the invading aliens. Because I don't know, are we the aliens? Maybe. It's hard to think about that, but I guess when you think about geometry, like when I talk about sacred geometry, I mean, the human body is geometric, but like the rest of the world kind of isn't. So, I mean, and humans we are pretty different from the rest of the animal kingdom. Like, if you look up Special Head, the man who his talent was levitation on America's Got Talent, and he did do it. I think the significance of his name Special Head is because humans are special of animals, because we have a special head. We can do some stuff like all the energy work teachers I've talked to say, when we do energy work, the animals can sense it, but they can't do it. They can't do it themselves, but they can sense it. That's why, like, sometimes when people are doing, energy work, qigong, work with qi and stuff at home, their pets kind do some crazy stuff. Their pets come up to them, because they like the sounds, like when I used to play my saxophone in the living room of my house, my dog would come over and hump my leg, or he just likes the sound, I guess. Or like he'd always sit under if I'm sitting on a chair, he'd go under the chair and listen to my saxophone. Because music is energy work. Playing music is energy work. Oh yeah, and Bob, we also got into a conversation of how I like natural foods. So I talked to him about how I eat dandelion greens, and most of the time I don't get them at the store. I just walk around my neighborhood and like they're the dandelions growing in the like they're everywhere. They grow under trees, like in between houses, or they grow in the curb, like in the street. So I just take out the dandelion greens and I eat those. But he said, "But are you afraid of weed killer?" Well, I should have said, "Aren't you afraid of?" Or yeah, he said, "Aren't you afraid of the weed killer on the dandelion greens?" I should have said, "Well, are you afraid of the fluoride in your toothpaste?" The fluoride in your toothpaste. Yeah, fluoride, sodium fluoride is a neurotoxin. It's meant to control the population, and a lot of people don't pay attention to the fact that it's there. I mean, just look at any toothpaste. There's a warning that says, "If you swallow, call the Poison Control Center." So I mean, obviously you don't want it even touching your skin, because I mean, just because you're not swallowing the toxic chemicals or whatever, it's still in your mouth. So it's like we don't swallow plastics or anything, or at least we hope not to, because actually there are a lot of rice companies that sell rice from Asia, but they just use like plastic bags, ground up plastic bags as fake rice because I don't know, they're just trying to make money. Which I mean, it's really sad because I think shouldn't we value people more than things? I mean, look at the rest of the world; they value people more than things, and in America they value things more than people. But I mean, it's starting to with cultural diffusion, kind of getting more. I guess I'll balance out the energies yin yang, but I mean, I don't want to eat plastic. I don't want to eat plastic bags without knowing. So, yeah, I'm not afraid of the weed killer on the dandelion greens I eat, but he should be afraid, or I'm afraid of the fluoride in toothpaste. That's why I use a fluoride-free toothpaste. Hello, brand toothpaste, but actually the commercial I didn't really like it, so I'd get Mud Magic if I got my choice, or you can just make your own toothpaste. Or the paste doesn't really do anything, so I mean it's just a brushing motion. So yeah, fluoride is a evil neurotoxin. It's toxic waste. Toxic waste. Companies are just trying to get rid of it. It's not good for us, especially sodium fluoride, because the natural fluoride is calcium fluoride. It comes in like the ground. There is always a little in anything like. So that's why these foreigners always they eat stuff that gets rid of the fluoride, like seaweed or tamarind, navy beans. What else? I guess pineapple. I don't know. You really want to get rid of fluoride because I mean, you can just sun gaze. I think that gets rid of fluoride. Sun gazing during safe hours, sundown, sunset. I mean, sunset and sunrise. Why do people why say sundown, sunset? People can't really talk. Like I noticed my dad today. He was talking about erasing Find Your Friend from his phone, but he said erase his phone from Find Your Friend. So you just notice when people make those, they can't talk or whatever. They can't get their words straight. Their brain's going too fast. Their brain's going faster than their body. So yeah, be afraid of the fluoride because, I mean, fluoride is a terrible. It's a way to control the population, just like TV or, like I read a book and this guy had a dream that he was in a room with someone and the room was full of snakes. And he said to the other person, "Are these snakes poisonous?" And he said, "Only if you think they're poisonous." So I mean, yeah, the more you worry about this stuff, I guess the more of a problem it is, but or if it's toxic waste, it's confirmed neurotoxin causes memory loss, or even populations found to have lower IQs because of it. Thyroid problems damages the skeletal system. Like, I don't know if you've heard of fluorosis, but yeah, it weakens the skeletal system. And I think, like, I'm a Capricorn. The skeletal system it's like my system, Capricorns. So I want my skeletal system to be as strong as it can be. Yeah, like, if you look up Bill Osmondson, he'll tell you all about the fluoride damage. Fluoride, fluoride damage. We need to get rid of it. Get it out of our lives. Fuck fluoride. Fluoride is not good. So I was talking to Bob and about the aliens, Merkaba. Like, I bet he doesn't know about the Merkaba. The Merkaba. I mean, I've asked some rabbis, or I don't know. I should ask more rabbis. Do they know anything about this, like Merkaba stuff, or Agiel, the most important archdemon in Hebrew mythology? Because I mean, when you don't work with your demons, I think you need to get demons out of your body, or like angels and demons. If you favor one or the other, that's being hypocrite because they kind of are the same, more or less. Like same thing in different costumes, different disguises. They're your own thought forms. Figments your imagination. So, get rid of the fluoride. Get fluoride-free toothpaste. It's in all food, so maybe that's why I fast. Because I think fasting is really good because, you hear things better, you see things better, you smell things better. All your senses get better. Your senses get better. And not just the basic five, also the ESP ones. All the other senses. Everything gets better. Yeah, fluoride is. I guess you could water fast to get rid of fluoride. But, I have well water, so that's better than. If you have city water, then no, there's fluoride in that, so. If you have city water, just don't drink any of that. Just eat plants and. Yeah. So, originally, before World War II, fluoride was used as a rodenticide to kill like rats, or rat poison. And weed killer just kills weed. So I'd be more afraid to put a rodenticide, rat poison in my mouth than to eat weed killer, because weed killer it's just to kill weeds, and I think weeds are easier to kill than mice. or rats. Or over time, I'm sure a buildable fluoride, that'll kill a person. Just like why they're feeding everyone cow's milk, because and those are for cows, which it doesn't compute with us humans. We're not cows. We're not supposed to be that big. Or if we are, like, it's different. And I mean, with if there's weed killer on the dandelion green leaf, which I don't think there are. I mean, what's the better part is that I'm eating the dandelion greens with it, which will make your body can get rid of toxins much faster. I'm sure with like water fasting, that just makes your like whole digestive system and everything more efficient. So you can get rid of toxins and things like weed killer better. Your body is very efficient at getting rid of the things that aren't meant for it. I'm sure maybe dandelion greens improve that. And fluoride probably inhibits it. Can't wait to talk to that Bob guy again. I'm gonna ask him if he does yoga. I like him because he has a lot of time on his hands. He's retired and he doesn't do anything. So he can read a lot. He reads a lot. He asked me about Scientology, what I think about that. And I haven't done much research on that. But yeah, so stay awake, people. Or stay creative. Stay keep doing yoga, keep calling Parmon, or keep calling Carvon, or I like carving wood. Wood carving is funner. Do origami or metallurgy or these old hobbies, craftsworks, or they're going extinct because they're for old people and old people are dying, and I don't want to see origami fall off the face of the earth. It's like the old world. I'm interested. Don't you want to know what the world was like before you were born? So, I mean, just because you grew up with it doesn't mean it's the way the world works or the way things should be. So, that's all I have tonight. Stay magical or stay meditating. Like, me, I only concentrate at one thing at a time, so I guess that's like meditating 24/7. If you just do one thing at a time. Because if you do more than one thing at a time, I guess that's not really meditating. Or try meditating in a yoga pose. You would start with easy poses like staff pose. Then you could move on to harder poses like, I don't know, today I did Supta Virasana. Or you could do Virasana, or I think Paschimottanasana is the one where you lie on the ground and you grab your feet and bend your spine. You fold. You could do that for like 5 minutes or I don't know. So keep an open mind, people. And I'm signing off.